Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I didn't come correct yesterday. I was actually very busy and couldn't record a video. And I'm sorry to those who couldn't watch the episode 3 of the reunion show before it got blocked from my page. YouTube blocked it, citing copyright issues. You know, I attached videos I recorded from my TV, clips, and they blocked it. I don't know why. I don't know why they blocked it. But so henceforth, I'm not going to attach clips on this channel. I'm not going to sit down here and do video. At the end of the day, video edits, they'll come delete time from my page. So if you need to watch clips, just go straight to my IG page, Laurasboxx, same with my Twitter page. So I'm just going to be talking, just using my voice and my fine face on this channel. Anyway, let me just give you guys a brief 2 seconds lowdown. Episode 3 was Uriel and T-Boss, Soma and Neonti. Uriel and it was actually very intense. You know, T-Boss and Uriel talked about their friendship. T-Boss talked about Uriel was always talking to her and didn't want to talk about her. And you know, like I said on that episode, she was quite nasty. By the next day, Uriel defended herself and they just agreed they were not friends. Uriel also said Beyonce's involvement with T-Boss affected his game because he wasn't mixing up with other people. So basically that's that. For day 4, for episode 4, episode 5, episode 4, day 4, episode 5, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Anyway, afterwards, the next set of contestants who came were ex-housemates who came: Marvis, Soma, Beyonce, and T-Boss. And trust me, I was actually very excited that day. You know, when the show was on, I was not a party to Mafi. I felt it was enough distraction for Effie, and I just felt like this girl not a few years. Why they full on for back like a tolo? It was obvious Marvis did not feel Effie, and she said it. She said she didn't feel. She likes Effie as a friend, fine. And with all confidence and with no care in the world, Marvis said she was just pitying Effie. She didn't want it to look like on national TV, like in awards, this guy nothing gets girl where he wants. So she just pitied him and she played along. And I was like, You know, I laughed so much because that was exactly how I saw it. I didn't even think she was pitying him. For me, when I watched, I thought she felt Effie was strong and she was stringing along. But the annoying thing was this girl, it was obvious this girl didn't like this guy. Following her about, why? Anyway, as she said it, I was like, good. And she also talked about the fact that Beyonce was used by T-Boss and how anytime T-Boss sees Beyonce talking to other housemates, she was dragging him out, talking to him, like we were just fooling her about. And you know, that one went. The continuation of that episode was Ebuka giving them a card to talk about. So T-Boss said Soma was clean. Was it T-Boss? Okay, Ebuka giving them a card, asked about T-Boss, and Soma said T-Boss clean. If I let me know if you start from T-Boss, let me start from Marvis. I'm not going to talk about what Soma and Beyonce said. It wasn't relevant. So Marvis said Ebuka asked about Marvis. And Soma said she's like a boyish person, you know, she's just a boy. And T-Boss said Marvis is weird. She felt Marvis was weird and has this bad sense of humor. Then it was time for Ebuka to ask about T-Boss. And T-Boss, Soma said T-Boss is clean. I didn't get what Beyonce said. I still haven't gotten used to Beyonce, to be honest. I honestly, so most times when he's talking, I just tune off. And Marvis said T-Boss is actually manipulative. And as usual, T-Boss was like, what do you mean I'm manipulative? How? And I wonder, why do you always want them to explain themselves? You know, it's a show where you're allowed to talk about everything you feel, and they all do. And you know why I like T-Boss? She's actually very frank. Like I said the first episode, she's very frank and straightforward. She says what she wants to say without thinking twice if it comes out right or wrong. And I'm wondering, why do you always want them to explain themselves? And she was asking, what do you mean by manipulative? But somehow she controlled herself. Now she talks about the 25 million saga and I'm going to spend that money in one day. When the show was on, I actually felt she was taken out of context. Now, the problem with T-Boss is I don't think she weighs or she words what she says appropriately. And she had the opportunity to, redeem herself. And she still came and was like, yeah, I still stand by what I stand by. I'm still going to spend 25 million naira at once. I promised I was going to take my mom on a vacation. For instance, Dubai, go to the Burj, Atlantis, first class, and that money is gone, which is almost correct. And she was like, you're not going to pretend like I'm not a pretty girl, and men in Nigeria don't like pretty girls or like to do things for pretty girls. And of course, the backlash started. Then again, T-Boss is allowed to have standards. I have standards too that I stick to. I say this is what I want in a man, and this is not what I want in a man. But I think the ability to word it properly matters. And of course, the backlash started. This one, that one. Well, that is that. Then Beyonce said there was a point he had to stay off social media because of T-Boss. Because if he liked someone's picture, maybe the opposite sex, and other people would munch it and send to T-Boss, and T-Boss would, complain, oh, why are you liking this picture? And he had to stay off social media. And I'm like, and so this is all you did in the house when you were in the house last year. You stayed away from people. I remember T-Boss seeing Beyonce. Beyonce was actually very close to Gift the first week. I actually, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, Gifty, Beyonce, and Soma had a love triangle. I don't even know how Soma edged Beyonce, but I remember then, if T-Boss saw Beyonce with anyone, especially Gifty, she was always angry. No, this, that. And I think Beyonce and T-Boss were an item briefly when they came out of the house, because T-Boss said they would always go out. And I'm wondering, if you have to tell a man, I don't actually like in that picture, it means there's something. And I don't they rub body, I don't they suck mouth or they rub body. Even though she was like, no, nothing serious, we're just going out. I'm like, we're not just going out. Because if you get jealous that a guy is liking someone else's picture, there's something to it. Guys were probably, helping each other, friends with benefits, and And at one point, Ebuka asked Soma how he felt when he left the house. And Soma said he was actually very upset because he felt it was better than some people in that house. Example, it was better than Gifty, it was better than Kemen. Ebuka asked Beyonce, and Beyonce was like, I felt bad, and I felt like if I didn't leave that week, I was going to stay long because I am better than everybody in that house. I was like, correct, speak your mind. I didn't think you were better than everybody in that house. But nice self-confidence, Beyonce. Episode 6, we had a long 45 minutes. That was yesterday. And we had Uriel, we had Gifty, we had Soma and Coco Eyes. Like someone said on Twitter, Soma is what you call the constant K in this reunion show. It's been present from day one till now. Before I continue, they've not brought Tintle Tony, they've not brought Debbie Rice, and they've not brought Effie. I'm thinking before the end of the show, they would have to appear. And I honestly hope Effie comes, because if he doesn't come, he will hear from me during the last episode, because I'm not sending now, I'm going to speak my mind. If Effie doesn't appear on that show before the show is over, dude, don't worry, let's wait till Sunday. Let me just give you the benefit of doubt. So Gifty was like, Elsa cut my eyes in the house before Tintal Teddy cut my eyes. Kama is very cute. Aspa is very cute. It got me pain. She just, Gifty was just being Gifty. And oh god, that girl is so pretty. That girl is so pretty. Ebuka showed the clips of Gifty and Soma. That moment when Gifty was like this. She was just transfixed, and we didn't know where Soma's hands were. Soma's hands. Every guy even said that Soma, your hands were somewhere. And Gifty was like, he asked Gifty what was going on. Gifty was like, in life, things happen, and we'll make mistakes because we are human, and we just have to, move on from it. And I'm like, they'll just ask this one question, And baby girl is not even, she doesn't answer questions directly. She would never ever answer questions directly. Then Ebuka asked Soma how he felt when Gifty gave that interview when they came out of the house about, Soma called me like 6 times and I don't even pick his calls. And Soma said he was pissed when Gifty gave the interview. Gifty said, well, she didn't want to pick his calls because I was pierced to him. I was pierced to him and I didn't want to pick his calls. And Soma was like, you were pissed. She was like, excuse me, my star. I'm like, Gifty, baby girl. Yesterday she was actually fun, no bad blood. They said what they wanted to say, happily. Nobody took it personal. Uriel said she likes Basi in the house. Basi has muscles, chocolate skin, and was actually intelligent, so she liked him in the house. And what she felt for him was physical stroke, sexual. Coco I said she felt Uriel was jealous. No, not she felt. That Uriel told her she was jealous of her friendship with T-Boss. And Uriel interjected and was like, I never told you I was jealous of your friendship with T-Boss, but I would pass and I would see you and T-Boss talking, and when I pass, you guys start laughing, and I was paranoid because you were my friend. And Coco Ice was like, she thought Uriel was actually two-faced. Back to Gifty and Suba. Gifty said, Ebuka, somehow was actually addicted to me. It was addicted to me. It was supposed to be in the toilet. It was supposed to be in the bathroom. It was supposed to be in the backyard. And she actually enjoyed the attention. And she enjoyed this company too. I had a stressful day yesterday, but Gifty made my day. Like, she was just flowing and I was just laughing like, Gifty, you can never ever change. Someone said he wasn't really into Gifty, though he liked her and would have moved on the next week if he was still in that house. Then Ebuka decided to play a card game. Asked Gifty, what did he ask Gifty? Something about spirit animal. Trust my girl. My girl went off tangents. She said something else. So he gave them cards, and Gifty, Coco Eye, Suma, and Uriel. So he mentions an animal and he tells you, okay, just who fits this description, even if the person was present on that show or not present. And he mentioned snake, and Gifty said she felt Mavis was a snake. Mavis, she came out and heard everything Mavis said about her. Uriel mentioned Coco Ice. Coco Ice mentioned Uriel. And Summer said Debbie Rice, that Debbie Rice would not be your friend or would not come to you if she didn't want something from you. That once you see Debbie Rice close to you, it's probably because you wanted of house or there was something she wanted. I don't know. I knew Debbie Rice was quite a lot, but I don't know if she was actually. I felt she was smart actually though. Then Ebuka mentioned chameleon, and Gifty said Kemen. Kemen was such a chameleon. Uriel mentioned Bali, Coco Ice mentioned Bali, and Soma mentioned Bali. So Bali won that segment. And Ebuka mentioned Shark. And the moment Ebuka said Shark, I knew one person was going to win. I even tweeted about it. And Gifty, Uriel, let me say Gifty, Coco. Gifty said Bisola. There were times she actually wanted to slap Bisola. She repeated herself. Coco Ice, retreated the fact that Bisola is so aggressive. Uriel also mentioned Bisola, although not in a negative way. That Bisola knew what she wanted, and if you come for her, she would probably come for you. Soma said Bisola because Bisola was outspoken and she defended herself. And Ebuka mentioned tortoise or tortoise? Let me not sound like Gifty today. And Gifty said Titi. Uriel said Kemen, that Kemen was everywhere. That, in fact, in our words, Ebuka, Kemen was another camera in that house, and she was so apt. Kemen, till today, I actually see those housemates as daft. How no one could figure out Kemen's game plan. I think Uriel did actually. Dude was everywhere. It was like the Itai. If you watched Big Brother Africa, you remember Itai, the guy from Zimbabwe during Kevin Pam's season. It was like Itai. It was everywhere. It was in every. There was just one known clique, but Kemen knew what was happening everywhere, and was very smart about it. So Uriel mentioned Kemen. Coco I said TTT, and Soma actually said TTT. So Ebuka asked Gifty about her marriage, and Gifty was like, Ebuka, this is something I don't want to talk about. It happened, and the marriage didn't last a year. It's something she doesn't want to talk about. She probably will talk about it later, but she doesn't want to talk about it now. And he also asked Soma if Soma was aware. And Soma said when he was in the house, Gifty said there was something she needed to tell him, but Gifty didn't tell him. So when he came out and he heard about the marriage, he felt that was what she wanted to talk about. Then Ebuka asked about Gifty's relationship with Mr. 2K. Mr. 2K, the Port Harcourt singer. And Gifty said, Ebuka, that's a forever gone chapter. And she actually dated 2K before she came into the house. She met 2K when she was married. They would talk, they were friends before she got married. Then she actually told him one time that I'm married. So when she got divorced, she called him. I was like, what's up? How you doing? And they started dating. And they started dating in 2014 and broke up after she came out of the Big Brother house. So actually dated for at least 3 years. And Ebuka asked her and said, Ebuka said, congratulations and all that. It's congratulations. Is it anyway? Are you pregnant? And Gifty said she's not pregnant. She's not expecting a baby, and she doesn't have a baby. Then Ebuka asked Uriel about social media. I think they also asked Soma about social media, and Soma talked about how people would tell him his songs were whack. And he asked Gifty, so that Gifty, you have this thing of always blocking people or going off Instagram for a while. And Gifty was like, yeah, people are always sending me nude pictures. I don't know how it's related to what Ebuka asked, but that was her answer. And I think he asked Coco Eyes too. I don't know what Coco Eyes said, I can't remember. But I know he asked Uriel, and Uriel talked about, people talking about her sagged boobs and how it's not her fault that boobs grew downwards and not upwards. Don't worry, sister, I understand with you. My own boobs are not firm too, It's not our fault that these boobs decided to point down and not stand at attention. Cannot straight away. Now we get the breasts. So she talked about that. And someone interrupted and I was like, hey babes, what did he say? He said, when you were talking about her boobs, I was just talking about her boobs, and I was like, by the way, I love your boobs. And it sounded so romantic. Like I've always said, Soma and Uriel cannot tell me since they came out of that house, nothing happened. No, there's nothing you will even tell me, I will not believe. Because Ebuka asked the housemates yesterday that who do you think had something outside the house? I think Coco I said Uriel and Bassi. And Gifty said she actually felt Soma and Uriel had something outside the house. That every time Uriel saw her with Soma, Uriel was always jealous. And Uriel was like, no, Soma is my brother, Soma is this, but it didn't even sound convincing. It didn't sound convincing at all. I actually feel they had something going on, and I don't mind. I don't like small boys. I doubt I can ever be with someone younger than I am. But if for Uriel, I actually think they like each other, Soma and Uriel. So you trust me, I'm game. Uriel and Soma, you guys should actually go for it. So if you're going for it already, I beg, don't deny, just make it public. So guys, that's it for today. 2 more days before Big Brother starts. I'm excited. I cannot wait. Laurasboxx BB Naija viewing party comes up on Sunday. For those of you signified, we've sent out invites and addresses. So see you guys on Sunday. Not those of you watching, my guests for the BB Naija viewing party. I'll be back here tomorrow, hopefully, or maybe Sunday morning. Let's just watch 2 episodes. That's today's episode and tomorrow's episode. And I am hoping what's Efe Jeba? I've forgotten. I've totally forgotten everything that happened last season. At least for someone who was a die-hard fan of Efe, I've forgotten his name. Efe Worry. I'm hoping you attend the last 2 episodes at least once. Because it's not going to be nice that an organization who gave you a platform, you would not attend their reunion show. I just dey wait till that day make I speak am for your language. So see you guys on Sunday morning. I'm going to be posting the next video on Sunday morning. Catch ya. Thanks for watching.